Google Expeditions is by far my favorite tech tool. I think it is so cool. With Google Expeditions, you do need virtual reality set to use it, and ideally you would need a virtual reality set for the class if you wanted to have all your students experience this at once, which is what the app is centered around. I was not able to have a class set. Our school did not have a class set that we could use for the school. So I wasn't able to use a class set to have all of my students exploring at once. But I was able to use this as a tool to have at least one at a time student using this to explore. So with Google Expeditions, you can either be in Explorer mode, which is for students, or you can be in Guide mode, which is primarily for teachers. So if you are the guide, you are taking your students on a virtual field trip to any location, pretty much. So when you take them to that location, there are different landmarks and just different things along the way that you can stop and talk to your students about. With this Google Expeditions app, it actually gives facts about the different places, about important historical landmarks. So it has so much more than just what virtual reality does. It gives you questions so students can answer the questions as they go along, and it just gives you information in general about the different places that you go to. So in my classroom, I had used virtual reality and the Google Expeditions app in my guided reading group. So one guided reading group, they were learning about types of rocks, and they were learning about how the Grand Canyon is made up of sedimentary rocks. So this group got to go to the Grand Canyon, and they absolutely loved it. Like I said, only had one virtual reality set, so they took turns and passed it around, but they thought it was so neat. The next group, they were learning about force and motion, and so they actually got to go to an amusement park and related this to acceleration with roller coasters. So they loved that as well. And then the last group was learning about clean water projects and food programs in poor countries. So they actually got to go to Africa and kind of see what the landscape looked like, and they were able to notice that the water there was really dirty. And so, we were talking about how they don't really have the tools to clean the water in Africa like we do here. And so through that, the students learned so much, and like I said, they enjoyed it a lot. I definitely want to use this tool in my class one day, and I really hope that my school does have a school set that can be used, because that was one thing that I really would have liked this semester, would be to use it with my whole class, because ideally with Google Expeditions, you would be the guide and then all your students would be explorers. So you could guide them all around at the same time, which is an amazing experience. And so highly recommend Google Expeditions. And like I said, out of all the virtual reality apps, this one is definitely the best because of the educational support that it provides. So yes, loved this tool and using it this semester.